I can never be submissive to a man. Neither my 6 daughters. Submissive, total bullshit. I'd rather be a single woman any day, proudly, so I knock my chest. Marriage is not visa to heaven. Why do you think is your wife a lap dog? If you want an Alsatian dog or a lap dog or a poodle that you say, sit down. 2 very good people can get married and the marriage won't work. There is something, the love of money has destroyed us in this country. In the Western world, you find the true definition of love, particularly with the whites. I try as much as possible to put in 110% into my marriage. I went to a Thai restaurant for 3 months to learn how to cook Thai cuisine. I went to an Indian restaurant for 3 months to learn how to cook. And the damn man still goes out to cheat. Men don't cheat because they don't love their wives. They love their wives to heaven and back and still cheat.
The Honest Bunch podcast is brought to you by Reseda, Lenfi, Seymour Global, Declan Wines, and Workman.
Welcome to season 6 of the Honest Bunch podcast. Gen Z go talk say, is giving what is supposed to give. We've been telling her now, say the theme for this season, now patriotism, statesmanship, and family. And now waiting with the 7 now. We thank God for inspiration. And we also thank you for your support. Please share and recommend to your friends and continue to comment because whatever we curate is for your viewing pleasure. Now, it is also important to thank our sponsors because these people stand for our back. They believe in our integrity and we also believe in the service that they render. Now, why would they bring you these updates? Let me begin first with Reseda. Now, there's a popular saying that everyone should own a piece of the earth, but it no go good make you put your money for where it will cause you problems. So I beg, slide into their DM, Reseda HQ, and just put the keyword Honest Bunch. Then go know say you from us. They will give you the very best deals and you no go get any problems at all.
Another place where you go when you say if you mention Honest Bunch, your price go be better and even cheaper. Now Seymour Global, when you say they for the Port Harcourt, they are headquarters they Port Harcourt. So they deal with anything doors, toiletries. No, if you call toiletries, you go to talk tissue. No, all the toilet seats, all those toilets, bathroom doors, bulletproof doors. Wooden
anything
floors,
interior, exterior.
Anything interior, pretty much. Seymour Global is where you should go to.
For those abroad, you know Workman is here for you guys. Artisans are there and they would give you the perfect job. Just go to their social media platform, follow. Just use Workman. I know what I'm saying. Tested, trusted. And if you're watching today's episode and you don't have a bottle of Declan wine, you are not sipping.
You are wrong.
With your loved one. You are wrong.
You are wrong.
Please, guys, finish the episode though.
Yes.
I know why I'm saying what I'm saying. And everybody that knows me knows that I love Declan wine. So, I mean, yeah, husband material. Continue.
Thank you very much, Ezinne. Finish the episode. Finish it all. Another thing that you must finish is sending money to, not your money will not finish, but sending money to your loved ones, especially for our brothers and sisters in the United States of America, in Canada, and the United Kingdom. You know, as it is like this now, once you send $100, once you send £100, mommy and daddy go feel them. Your siblings here go feel them. Now, you can send monies through Lemfi, Lemfi. And if you go HB Pod, that's Honest Bunch Podcast. HB Pod, now the keyword. The first $100 where you go send, you go get $30 cash back. Now only we then run and with because they look say, okay, these guys are people of integrity. If you send money, we believe say they send them to the right person. So take the advantage and do so. Now, let me introduce the amazing members of the panel. I'm going to begin first with a great Nigerian woman, Ada Item, www.asankbokoto.com. Ada Zulezu, win one, light has come. Her national grid will never collapse.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful, delectable, drop dead gorgeous, 7 legs, Ezinne Ugoji, Gen Z Pro Max. Ezinne Mama! What shall I render? Ladies and gentlemen, our eldest brother, the salt, the man who brings in the flavor and the real taste. A man of enchanting physiognomy, many degrees and characters. The most dragged man in the history of the 21st century. They have tried, but they have come to love him because they don't get anywhere where they feel hold again. Ladies and gentlemen, great wisdom, depth, experience, He knows somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And husband material must know somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, Nedu was up here.
Because you always did it. Hi guys, what's up? How you doing?
Yes, and yours truly, husband material. God will elevate me. Thank you. Our guest is a source of great inspiration. Hey, she doesn't look a day younger than 23. A baby girl for life. You know, say when they say person a baby girl for life, you could just think, say, this is a baby girl for life. And when I'm done with the introduction, you would know why I emphasize that. We all pray to grow old and live a happy life. She's a typical example of flipping the odds and ensuring that you live a very good life. God, they bless people, Sha. Very strong, very healthy, very beautiful. When she steps into a room, every head must turn. If your head no turn, I say you don't get neck problem. Leave her and go and visit your doctor. You don't get neck problem. She's a stunner. She's a neck breaker. She's a ladies and gentlemen, fitness enthusiast, health enthusiast, safety enthusiast, and somebody who from her large wealth of wisdom is teaching young people to learn, be inspired, and live life. Make some noise for Rosalind Umar. Feet, grandma. You're most welcome, man.
Thank you.
And you're
Thank
very,
you
very
much.
fashionable. Grandma.
Try to keep up.
You try to keep up, grandma. One warning: if you go to Unilag looking like this, you will cause problems there because you're too much. And but we are really very grateful that you are here. We are so honored to play host to you, and we are very convinced that at the end of this episode, as many people who go through life thinking about or worried about uncertainty because they don't know what tomorrow holds, they would be emboldened to take on challenges and live the very best life so that they will be happy. Once again, thank you very much. God bless you, man. God will keep you alive and well in sound health of mind and body, and would have people like you around to continue to impact the young people. God bless you, Grandma.
Thank you.
So, Grandma, I'm curious, and I think it's a very good place to start. I saw a video of yours where you said you have been married for over 4 decades. Over 4 decades is over 40 years. To be married for over 40 years. And so if I do plus or minus, we're looking at the 80s. The 80s, if I use my age, can't check them, early 80s, you know. And I would like to ask Grandma, because in this age and time, I cannot mention the statistics exactly, but when you sample opinions, people are of the opinion that I will just so it will appear like it's easier for people to just wake up and then decide that they are done and they leave. I would like to ask, Grandma, from your wealth of experience, what do you think is lacking, or what do you think is the major difference looking at marriage during your time and marriage in this day and age?
There is no difference. Marriages were breaking up in my time too. Everything happening now happened in my time. But I find that there are certain, I'm not talking about my marriage. I'm not a relationship expert, far from it. And I don't give unsolicited advice. I talk only about, because of my age, what I've come to know and experience in life. But I find out again, ground rules have to be established from when you start a relationship. And in many marriages, particularly, I have a lot of complaints in my DM, and 90% of the complaints are from the women. And you are treated as, it is the way you start in a relationship, that's how you are going to be regarded. So, a man can be married to 2 women, and I'm your first wife, and I start off by being a doormat. I come with a weak personality. I'm so thirsty. I'm bending myself into a pretzel for no reason to please you. You will take me for granted and treat me the way I've put myself out there to be treated, a doormat. So you are no longer with me, or even if you are still with me, you are also with her. And she, from the get-go, she gives you a lot of respect, because our men, they seem to mix the word submissive as if I'm a dom. We are not talking of 50 Shades of Grey story. Total bullshit. I can never be submissive to a man, neither my 6 daughters, but we will have mutual respect. I respect you. I don't use foul language. I don't disrespect you. I know my role. I know what I should do in the house. So when you now meet a woman who is secure, a woman who has total self-confidence, who is not ready to take crap from you, nor give you one to, you from the get-go treat her with respect. And that first woman wonders and says, look at what she is taking from her. I can't try it at home. Because you set yourself there. You said, my middle name is Matt, Matt. So you are treated like that. So marriages have been the same from time immemorial. It is just your, maybe the level of tolerance, the level of acceptance, the type of parental advice. I don't advise my daughters. They are grown up, they are adults. I have daughters of 50 years to 37 years old. They are married many years. You wear the shoe. You know where it pinches you. And most people who come to meet you for advice anyway, they don't really want your advice. You are just a sound bite to them. They know what they want to do. They just want you, hopefully, to confirm what they've already made up their mind about. Because when that shoe is pinching you, you don't need any person to tell you whether to stay there or not stay there. I'd rather be a single woman any day, proudly so I knock my chest, than be an unhappy, miserable wife. What for? Marriage is not visa to heaven. Why do I kill myself in the marriage? For what? It's not worth it. So even in our times, we all have different reasons. Maybe before my time, even my mother was highly educated and financially okay. People stay in a marriage for different reasons. Now we are not talking about love joining you. When there is love, you are not going nowhere. Others, the women are not financially independent. So they can't leave because they think of a roof over their head, the well-being of their children. So they take what is being given to them. And a lot of them, even in my generation and this generation, takes it because the single woman, the single mother out there, you the married woman, you are no better off than her. Because one, you have an absentee father. Half of the time, these guys are not at home. They are going pursuing their normal work to bring in, to run the home. Many of them close from work. If they are, say, members of a club or a club where they go to play tennis or go to the gym or just hang out with the boys, just drinking, just fun. So they come back late. If you have a regimented home where the kids go to bed at about 8, and then with the traffic and all, so you barely see your kids until weekends. So you're an absentee father. A lot of the guys to cheat out there is normal. So you are also an absentee husband, and it's now and again, you even remember to make love to your wife. And so many things. It's the wife that is holding down the home front. Now, the single mother out there, how are you different from her? The only thing the man is providing is a roof over her head. But when you are financially independent, and I advise all women to be financially independent. I advise all women to be financially independent, not because of you are thinking to check out, but because you would also be a backbone, the spinal cord to your husband. My last talk, I said, imagine marriage as a basin of water and two people are carrying it. However strong you are and you are putting the most weight, when somebody helps you to carry it, it's lighter. In this day and age, my grandchildren, I know the humongous school fees they are paying. Then they may be staying in homes where they are talking this nonsense about Band-Aid or no Band-Aid and B and C, electricity bills. They're maintaining cars, like coming to your place, the bad roads will spoil, knock your engines and the rest, your shock absorbers and all. Why should a man is not a beast of burden to carry all the weight. When you have a wife who is financially independent, she helps. A good wife should help you lift the burden. Then it's light. It's light. You don't even need to ask her. She on her own. So it helps for a woman. Then it helps further when you have all this, then you know that if the worst comes to the worst, you think of a woman, you don't think only of if the marriage breaks up or if she's not happy, she lives with the children. No. What if the guy dies? You can drop dead.
True.
You can have a motor accident. You are not even traveling within town. Look at a scenario where the man is no longer in existence. A wife should be able to run the home.
Yes.
Interesting.
Sorry, mommy. You mentioned something. You said you can never be submissive. Neither can your sis daughters be submissive to a man. And I have a series of questions on that submissiveness. But before then, what do you think? You said respect. So what do you think is the difference between a woman that is submissive and a woman that gives respect?
Respectful. It's a world of difference. Guys come at me and say something, oh, you don't listen to advice, you young women. That's how you think this is how life is. Go and get married and not be submissive. Those who don't use the word submissive and don't be obedient, is your wife a lapdog? If you want an Alsatian dog or a lapdog or a poodle that you say, sit down, don't wet the carpet, go out to poo, and is trained to do that, that is being submissive. But a partnership, your husband is your partner. It's like a board of directors. One is not over the other. It's not a chairman. So you sit and take decisions together. You know, our kids are about to go to school now. I think I prefer Queen's College. No, Queen's College, hypothetically. Queen's College has gone to the dogs. I think I like this private school. You talk, I respect your opinion. You respect mine. We want to go on holidays. The days when we still had money and could go on holidays. You are dreaming of Dubai or Puerto Rico or somewhere. And you say, okay, you like, but you know me, I've always wanted to go to Cuba. Okay, let's meet each other halfway. We'll go to your Puerto Rico and this other place. But also include, that is mutual respect. Submissive is, I'm not really keen on this Puerto Rico. I dare not even say that I want to go to Cuba. And anyway, my Cuba will be brushed. I'm talking that we are going to Puerto Rico. You are talking of Cuba. Sit down there. And we don't go to where I like. You should take my likes, my views
into consideration.
I should not be the only one taking your likes and views into consideration. We should both take each other, we should both respect each other's views.
True.
We should, because we are both bringing different things, all right, but we are bringing things to the table of marriage. You are operating on this wavelength. I'm bringing maybe home stability in the home. I'm freeing you from the stress of if it is domestic servants or whatever. You are freeing me from cars or like me. I have no clue about a car. I don't know. Even when I drive the car and it's raining, I don't know where to put on the wiper. I can drive. My husband is the mechanic and engineer, anything to do with cars. You are saving me all that. I too, it's a partnership.
It's a symbiotic
when you put
thing.
two hands, you clasp your hands together. You rub the two hands.
True that.
Not one pressing down on the other, not liking.
Do you think a lot of relationship will spaz? They are just managing, then go just reach points when they say they not feel whole and again, then go just do anything where they go just scatter. Because I turned on the mic the other day on the radio and I said, if your marriage expired yesterday and they say make you come today, come collect certificate. Another certificate you go collect, now you go make the marriage continue. You go collect them. Mama, if you see, Mama say, if women not call, 99.9% said they not go collect the certificate. One says
They don't renew
they
the
don't want
marriage.
renew. They don't want renew marriage. Because the marriage is renewed when you collect the certificate. One says she's married for 32 years. So I gonna do. I'm not saying my husband a bad person, no.
Yes.
But
Yes.
he they try, he they take care of this one, he they do this one. But you see that man, no. Which one be I go there for house? I not go they go anywhere. Which one be? Oh, because he go eye me. Men go they eye me. This one. I did that for how many years? Let me leave that to you.
Many things. I like that comment that woman passed.
Yes.
Two very good people can get married and the marriage won't work. There is something called being incompatible. Oil and water cannot mix.
Never.
So like I was say, you've lived abroad, you've schooled abroad, you're even working there. You come on holidays, you now meet a babe. Outwardly, she's very glamorous and sophisticated. You go to her apartment, it's all nice, and you see how she knows wine glasses. She dots her T's and crosses, dots her I's and crosses her T's. And you, to use the word, fall in love or infatuation or whatever, you are thinking of a wife that you say, oh, this is the type of wife I like.
Nice spec.
She will fit into, and I am so in my company, all those cocktails and corporate dinners that we have. She knows how to handle her cookeries. And then you start cutting her. She's putting on her best behavior because you're on holidays. You wine and dine her in all the best restaurants. She comes, you are based in London. So you do long distance. You are in 2 continents. You can do that for a year. But you don't really get to know each other. You don't know her character. She doesn't know his character. But those periods you are dating yourself, which is the best, then you get married. Then she leaves Nigeria and she comes to live with you. And then you start having cracks. You find out that she's somebody with a strong personality. A strong personality does not mean rude or anything. She has a mind of her own. So you love drinking stout or beer. And, take this beer, it's so nice. Oh, no, I don't like it. Drink it. It's an acquired taste. The longer you drink, you get to like it. I don't like it. I don't want to drink it in forever. Just one sip is enough. I don't. She knows what she likes and what she does not
Stick to
like.
it.
And so the husband tells her, there are 3 seats there. All these seats. Sit down there. And she said, why? Why this seat? I think I like this position. I like that view. I said, you should sit there. No, you can't dictate to me where I should sit. I want to sit here. Chair, not be chair. Which one can be all this one? Say, by force, I must sit on that chair. So she's already showing streaks of that. Or you are watching, say it's today's period, you have Netflix. We all have different genre of movies that we like. You may like horror comedies. I may like action thrillers. Some people would like horror, romance, and all. And then you sit and you want to. You are arguing over the remote control. No, I don't want all this motorcycle, those people type of thing. Is this I prefer? And she says, okay, I leave it to you. You watch your thrillers that you like watching. I think I'll go to the bedroom and take my Kindle and be reading a book. You are different. Now that you are living together, her likes are not your likes. In Lagos here, maybe she was a party person. And again, that's not bad. She likes to let her hair down. She likes to go to, she likes to boogie down and enjoy her life. You are a very serious person. And then she comes and says, look, we've had a busy week. The past 1 month, are there no nice dives or nightclubs we could go and just dance and whatnot? And that's not your cup of tea. So you don't want to. So many things you want to do. Or she, first thing in the morning, she will say 7 Hail Marys. Then before she goes to sleep, the coco, she's so religious. You, the man, it isn't that you are the son of Satan, but you are not that religious. Religiosity is even getting on your nerves. This prayer too much. I know that, she's praying for the home and all. So when you start living together, the differences start creeping in, start showing up. And some of these differences, you can bend to accommodate.
Yes.
Others, you don't want to. That's what they call irreconcilable differences.
That leads to divorce.
You honor your family so much, you let them play an interfering role in your house. She is not ready. Like, I am an only child. I grew up in a monogamous home as an only child. Even my grandmother had only 2 children. She had a monogamous marriage. I now marry a man who comes from a big family. That this is not backgrounds matter a lot too. Yeah. Backgrounds are fundamental. When your background is so totally different from my background, day and night, it's going to be difficult for the two of you to live together.
Wow. Mom, you mentioned earlier about partnership in marriage, but then it said that the man is the head of the home. Mm-hmm. So at what point does what is the place of compromise in marriage? Who would do more of the compromising since the man is the head of the family? And who would, in a case where these two people are hell-bent on, this is what I want.
And the woman does not want to be submissive.
Whose opinion overrides at the end of the day? Who is the person that says, okay,
put my foot on the ground?
Because, it said that the man is the head of the home.
It's only in Africa that you use such archaic language as head of the home. 5 of my daughters are married and live permanently in the States and Canada. Question of head of the home does not arise in their home. And one of them, my first granddaughter, will be 21, November 21st. So think how long she's been married. The last of my daughter married 7 years. I have 7 years marriage. I have 17 and all. And then when there is love, question of who is struggling, your will does not arise. Because, like in my case, even as a young girl, I went to good schools, I had good education, I lived abroad, and when I was living abroad, I led the life. I had a chauffeur driving me in my home, I had a cleaner and all. I lived a relatively very comfortable life. But my husband today, when I met him, I met somebody that I fell in love with, and I'm still in love with him. So he married me as a very secure woman. And then I read law, branched from law, and went into business. And I was very, very successful as a businesswoman. I had color photographic laboratories and studios all over the country, branches in Benin, Kaduna, Kano, Port Harcourt, name it. But because like I said, I have strength of character. If you have me as your wife, you get into trouble, you know what you're talking about, very dark man. That's the type of thing I will do for my husband. I will fight tooth and nail. When you have, I'm the type of woman, you know you have an Iroko tree behind you. But when you have a wife, even if she's strong and she loves you, there is no question of head of the house does not arise, because on issues, the love makes her want to bend over to please you. You both compromise. You compromise. And when I stick to my point, because now and again you will still have disagreements. When I now stick to a principle or an issue, it's an intentional thing, even if it is annoying my husband. And I'll give a good example, and I will never budge from it. If you have ever listened to all my interviews, I had arthritis for many years. For almost 14 years, I became a recluse in the house. I wasn't going out. My knees were so bad until some 7 years ago, I have total knee replacement. So it's all implants I have here. And when you have the type of crippling arthritis that I have, going up and down the staircase is very painful. Even going down is more difficult because bone on bone is rubbing. And then we now reconstructed our bedroom upstairs. It's a very big bedroom. So we now put it made it like a bed sitter. We have a kitchenette, everything, a storeroom. So I was doing my cooking and everything in the house. And sometimes 3, 4, 5 months, I don't climb downstairs. I do not go out.
Wow.
I don't leave my house. I love reading. I read prodigiously, and I'm always reading. And so my husband, who is retired from the service, he was up top there, and is now in an association of retired professionals. And in this committee, this association, he got to know others that he didn't even meet when he was in the service. And there was this guy who was older than him and, respecting him and all. So in this your estate now, this guy, it turned out that this fellow lives in our estate. It's a bit of, I try and shorten the story. And my husband is, he's a nice guy. He's a people's pleaser. He pleases, he always wants to be nice and he's very friendly. So he was driving by. I said, oh, this is Mr. So-so's house. And he stopped. The guy and his wife were at home. Older people to him. And they entertained him and he came home. And so we were upstairs one day playing Scrabble. We are addicted to Scrabble. We play Scrabble 24/7. And we were playing Scrabble. And the gate man called my husband and said, oh, there is this gentleman out wanting to see you. My husband went down. It was this man. It was a pleasant surprise to him. So he took him to the living room and then he came up. The fact that he didn't bring him upstairs first shows he's not a family friend, because I receive, it's only our room. I don't use my living room. As of today, 7 years ago, I last went to my living room. Everybody comes to our living room. So for him not to bring, he knows that this person is not a familiar. And he said, Rosalin, can you come downstairs and greet my friend? I said, not on your Nelly. I should then leave Babajiga with my one leg, the aches and pains. You want to please a guy. At that time, I was 66 or 60 something. In all my years of marriage with you in this house, he is not a family friend. He is an acquaintance. He is not your friend nor my friend. How many children does he have? And what's the name of their children? What are their names? doesn't even know my first name if he passes me on the street. This guy is an acquaintance. And you want me with my terrible knees to come and greet him? You see, on that type of matter, I'm ready to go court. I like go court. I will go court and not come and greet him. I refused. He was livid. I said, no, I'm not going. You should be the one explaining to him. This is what I'm saying. Look at my leg. They cut my leg open. At that time, I hadn't had this. I had 4 surgeries. I have a kitchen in my bedroom to cope with my pain. And you are telling me, Oju, I just look nice. Oh, my respectful wife came to greet this. I said, F you, I'm not coming down. So yeah, on situations like that, when I believe in what I'm sticking,
Stand on your point.
I will not compromise.
Wow.
So that makes me not to be submissive.
But mommy, how did he take it? Because stuff like this could lead to what the so-called irreconcilable
No. This is wait to be an ego come quarrel for a man when we don't know him before.
Okay, yeah, because some people will say you disobeyed me. I'm asking you.
I
I'm
beg
begging you.
That thing that Granny said, love. Because the truth is, if love is putting another person in before you.
I'm so finished. That then I go come make you food. I go come do this. I go come begin to do high sense for the next 2 days. Make we take cycle. But I succeeded in not being done for greeting.
You not lose.
I not lose. That's the main. Then you can do all the care. That's your I don't fry sausage. Because it go take nose answer you. You start too tired. After I take nose answer you 2 days later on, I go settle it. But the main thing is, I didn't go there. And next time, he won't call me to come and greet
next time.
An acquaintance.
True.
I am the one, you live with me. You know the pain I go through. You know the suffering I'm going through. You should be the one wanting to please me, to protect me, not make a I'm waiting like you said now. Mbappe, I be when I go to jump down the staircase, they go greet him. I don't go greet him. In fact, when he watches this program tomorrow, he say, "You mean you went and you talked about that?"
So, Grandma, it's really very interesting, and I'm very certain that people who are watching are learning. And it is good that people with this wealth of experience share and, give examples so that we can learn from. But still on the issue of submission, do you think that it is the interpretation that people give to some of these terminologies that create problems? Like, for example, when they say, Ezinne mentioned that the father is the head of the family. If we look at our very structure as Africans, the fact that the person plays the role as the head does not mean every other person is useless. It's just, affirming that this person is like a leader.
We see you.
But it doesn't mean that the person will disregard the feelings of other people. Do you think that sometimes it is the interpretation that we give to some of these terminologies that make people that make people go into friendship or relationship with their guards up? Oh, once he don't talk submission, he wants to come and control me. I will not take it. And so the man is being calculative. The woman is being calculative. They start acting like they are at war with each other or they are competing with each other.
I really don't know. My publicist was asking me some question the other day in this line, something to do about, you see, these young people today, the dating scene. Why is it that men are so reluctant and the women are almost like the one chasing, so thirsty? And I told her, do you mind? Don't ask me those questions. I haven't the faintest, I'm an old woman. I haven't the faintest idea what's going on in the dating scene there. And it's true I have a lot of daughters, but they didn't have issues. 3 of my daughters married their school days boyfriends. Yes, so those were the ones who married very young in their 20s. Then the others, because they come from a very liberal, my husband and I, we run a very liberal home. We don't harass them as to whether they want to marry a Japanese or a Russian or an Igbo or a Yoruba. Those things, and it's not important in our home. And we don't care whether they marry at 35 or 50 or don't marry at all. We don't bother them. The only thing, even in picking their career in the university, read whatever you want to. And if you don't want to read too. My first son is a professional chef. He trained in Michelin 5-star restaurants in England.
Wow.
Yeah, because he took after me. I love cooking. My nephew, maybe you know him on the social media scene, Chef Freggs, is my immediate younger sister. He learned cooking also from my house. So choose your career, whatever you want to do. So my other 3 daughters, they got married in their 30s. But somebody who mentioned something about this head of, after all, what is the woman, what is her contribution in the house? It is the man who is the head of the family, who does this, does that. I said, it's a shame. You obviously have not met women who are 2-3 times the worth of their husbands.
True.
I said, that's why you are talking that bullshit. Even I said, it isn't, I said like 2 of my daughters are top executives in public quoted companies in Nigeria today. And let's not talk of the ones. I have a 37-year-old daughter. She has a house that is fully paid for in Houston. Herself and her husband, they bought a flat in Dubai. She's just 37. And herself and her husband bought, in their names, they bought an over $1 million house there in America. The 2 of them chip in to pay the mortgage and all. What are you going to talk about head of the house or no head of the house?
Mommy, I will tell you Lagos girls. Mommy, you don't know. Kangwagi. Mommy, Nigerian girls. Cross your leg, let me tell you.
Commissioner for Nigerian girls.
Listen to me now. Are we not meeting them every day? Mommy, thank God you have 6 daughters. Any guy around that meet a girl, ask her, what is your name? You're going hell. Now there's what they call, what's that beginning one?
Talking stage.
Talking stage. Mommy, talking stage, yeah. One no back there.
Hero.
You can buy iPhone 16 talking stage. That's how they used to check whether you are capable or not. Talking stage, you pay rent. Talking stage, if you can, waramoto. Talking stage is what's the Uber? Uber. Talking stage, if they come to your house, before they even pay Uber, mommy. Before you want them to come. Don't they come? Ezinne, what's up now? Can I come to your house? Okay, no problem. Mommy, let me not tell the next thing they'll do. Okay, let me send you my account number now. For what? I'll look good and come to your place now. I'll make hair. I will buy clothes. Then after that is send the one you send the money. Then the next thing, like okay, they give them the house address. The next thing, I'm outside. Come and pay the Uber.
No, now. Okay, Nedu, which girls are you meeting?
Baba, wait. Now,
which girls are you people meeting? Which girls are you people meeting?
No, don't these girls earn their own income?
Thank you. Mommy, let's ask them.
Ezinne, wait now. Wait now. Let me finish. That is what they do. Some will tell you that if a man that does not earn a particular amount of money should not be talking to them. You go to some houses, the first thing they're asking the man because you want to go and marry their daughter, want to use that. What do you do? Your daughter does not do anything. They don't ask the daughter that does not do anything. No. Most of these girls, and don't get me wrong, mommy, I have friends, female friends, that are hardworking as hell.
Thank you, Jesus.
She's here. She's one of them. I have female friends that they have stocks. Now, the stocks they have is not even in Nigeria. They have Tesla stocks. They have Apple stocks. But they are making loads of money. They have companies that are running. But some of our wonderful sisters, maybe it's the one that we see on social media. Before you talk to them, is it that talking stage?
So they've commercialized it.
No, there's another one. That talking stage is not only one person. No. There can be like 5 people
in the talking stage. 5 contestants. They are speaking to 5 different people at the same time. Everybody is in the same talking stage.
It's all commerce now. It's business. They've commercialized relationships. But why should the men agree to be used?
Why should the men agree to be used?
Them.
Why should the men? It's their fault too. Why should they? I mean, if, it's just that my own husband, his own sell-by date has expired. Even if he was still young, now the best, that time he was, okay, give me perfume. You'll not pass, make it give you a bottle of perfume.
At least you smell nice.
But it will be an expensive perfume.
Say to cash, he said, I'm a baba now. He says, I mean, I'm young, I'm good looking. I on my own, I'm marketable. You too should be. I'm a good catch. So, dinner, it doesn't mind all those dinner. There may be gift wrap perfume. But why are the men agreeing? The men shouldn't agree to such things.
So,
no, are you then saying that guys, average men, average young men, salary men, average men who are just receiving average income can't get a woman
that's what is beginning to look like these days. You mentioned something these days. A lot of these men are running away from these girls. They don't want to go and talk to you because once I talk to you, you make me spend beyond what I'm earning. Yes, look, Ezinne, hold on.
I'll wait for you.
Most of them stay away from this relationship. Now you go to events now. You see girls, they're just pressing their phone. The guys are on another space. Because if I come mix with you, collect your number now. Another time tomorrow, you're going to see tomorrow na your birthday, your rent don't expire, your mama swallow shovel, or something happen, or this.
It's so messy.
And also, I blame guys, we as well.
Yes.
I blame us as well for putting ourselves into that position. Because the truth is, if husband material, if Ezinne, for example, is a single girl, husband material comes and says, and he does not really care about her like that. He just wants to, he just give her, where's your house? Ele. No, now. Oh, you don't have to be staying here. Come to Ikoyi, he pay for your rent. And you think, come now. And then the next thing, once he's done with what he's done, he's gone. But it means to me that I love her truly if I come. Because this one, don't go show I'm waiting. She not there. She can't pay attention to me anymore. So I'm thinking most of men are the reason. If men stop giving, because where there's demand, there's supply. Where there's supply, there's demand. If men stop giving, these girls will not be expecting. Now, you go to countries like South Africa, you go to countries like Sierra Leone, you go to Equatorial Guinea. Men don't spend like this. The girls just say, just buy me drink, buy me food, that's all. But here,
can I drop in some lines?
Go on.
We are in Nigeria, and we know that men that have minimal income, they're getting married every day. So that means that there are girls that are also there to marry the guys with their minimal income. The question here is, which girls are you going for? If you see a girl...
The bodies.
Yes. If you see the body, you see her hair is almost at her feet, and you see how glamorous she looks, and where did you meet her? You met her in a club.
That's the point.
You are not going to blindly, sheepishly just go and start talking to a woman. You have to sit back and say, okay, I'll look at my pocket and see, is this
a minimum wage, babe?
Yes, thank you. Do you understand?
They use minimum wage, they pursue body.
Because the truth is that there are men with modest income that are getting married daily. We can't deny it. So that means that there are also ladies that are there to marry those kind of men. The thing is, you should go for...
In other words, as a man, not they enter DM of girl where say your salary na her purse money. Then tomorrow you come outside and can say all women like money.
And it's not a bad thing. Sorry, ma. It's not a bad thing. If, like you mentioned that some of your daughters are top executives.
They grew up, they've been married. So
yes.
When they married their husbands, they were all
the same level.
Water level. But, in the company, they've stayed 15, 19, 20 years, so they grew up.
Okay, so let's say that they're still single and at that high kedar. So first of all, you've looked at this lady. In her house, there's Wi-Fi, and she's probably paid for 5 years ahead. And she goes, is vacation. She goes every summer.
And she pays for it by herself.
Yes.
And then plenty now.
And you're stepping into her life.
Yeah, it's true.
And if she says some things, instead of you looking inferior or feeling bad, why not just not go to those guys? And when they say it to some people, maybe, it's like we said it on this show before. Maybe a girl is using an iPhone 16. It's normal. Maybe once Apple comes, they just give, or she buys, you know. And she says, oh, my phone, can you get me a phone? Some people is not...
Why is she asking me to get her a phone? Who bought the first one for her?
I'm giving an example. There are things that to them is their level
normal,
and it's not normal to them.
Yes.
And she's the one buying it herself.
Yes.
We can be in a relationship. I'm not stopping her from buying iPhone 16 when it comes out.
The truth is...
But I love her. I can give her love. Let her spend her money.
Let's be logical.
What do you think about this whole thing? What do you think about what do you think about
being
men
on your level,
being dating
your
on
level.
your level and all those things?
I think what she says makes sense because you can't see somebody who is high up there. You meet a girl who, at the time that you are meeting her, she owns a car. She owns her flat, well-furnished flat. She's obviously well-heeled. She's financially okay. And then you come along. In the Western world, you find the true definition of love, particularly with the whites, not even the blacks. Blacks don't do that. With whites, higher women marry people. When Jeff Bezos had his divorce from his wife and she went away with XYZ millions, she got married to somebody.
School teacher or something.
Yes, I think a yoga instructor.
Okay.
It was nothing. It's not part of our culture. Unfortunately, we come from an environment, a setup where a man's love for you, we've been conditioned to believe that it is money that says how much a man loves you. So if you are married to the two of us now, we are both your wives. You are Muslim, you have both of us as wives. Christmas time, you want to buy a car, and you tell us, oh, what car do you like? She calls a car, let's say she calls a Mercedes G-Wagon, and say, I've always liked Japanese cars. And I say, oh, I want the latest model CRV. The Nigerian setup, even your own mother at home, in the village, will say, you know, so you be fool. Your mate, they ask for Mercedes, you carry, they ask for Honda. You see? And obviously, the man, you know, sure you know, say that woman like pass you. Because even when you call that cheaper car, if he really loved you,
if for tell you say no.
Yeah, if for tell you say no, Rolls Royce, say why you not take that one? So, the two, and this is that I love Japanese cars. I really like that CRV. What you like, your preference is now being suppressed.
Yes.
And the opinion, and you are now being made to look stupid and silly, inferior, before the lady who called a much more expensive. So, the love of money has destroyed us in this country. It has destroyed us.
But grandma, that money they important too.
That money, you can't call, you can't text.
Because
Data.
they say love is sweet. When money enter, love is sweeter. A philosopher, David Adeleke, was the person who said this. And we have seen how some people get aggressive, you know, when maybe they are facing financial constraints. So, not to say that pogri.
Now, are you talking of money? Because money is definitely important in all ramifications of life. Money as a young man coming to date a young girl, or money in marriage?
And it's
Which
the
one?
dating that would lead to marriage and some sort of stability and comfort.
No, certainly there must be money because you have bills.
True.
You have to service your car. I mean, look at fuel. This weekend, on Sunday, my husband filled the pilot car with it was on reserve. He paid 75,000 naira to fill the car, and then the CRV the following day, I think it was 50 or 55,000 to fill it. If you don't, you need money. Then you are paying for your electricity bill. There is even no electricity, so you are paying for diesel or fuel for your generator. You are paying for those who keep housemaids. You are paying your servants' bills. If you have children, you are paying school fees. And when there is money, is the oil that oils the engine. You cannot drive a car when you don't, if it's not oil, the engine go. So you need money. So money for basic existence in life is very, very important. But when it now comes to greed for money to buy Air Force One trainers, money to buy, I scrape my hair, so I don't know. What is those wigs?
Go straight, Brazilian with Peru.
2 million hair. When it comes to money for all those, for BBL, then that I feel is very insensitive of the woman to want the man to bring such money. But when it comes to money for egg now, that is, you can't even buy egg, you can't buy bread, onions, tomatoes, and pepper. You need money. Money is important.
Mommy, another question I want to ask is, because as you say, money is important. My mind, I'm going back to the role the media is playing in this. Because social media these days is making it look like we have millionaires everywhere. Millionaires, what do you want to be? I want to be Winnie Odogu. I want to be Odogu's wife. Believing that there are millionaires everywhere. And then even the movies, you see somebody is a millionaire, because you want marry good girl, you go dress like poor man, begin they do Uber. Because so what do you think is the role of social media, the movie industry, to help make this thing worse? Or because I think the social media is making it worse. I'm sorry to say. It not be say people not like money before social media deal. It did. But I think the advent of social media, since the advent of social media, a girl now will not get Instagram before. We not the thinker. We feel managed with her means. Go don't see see your birthday. Then put flower for staircase. Go reach kitchen. Even on top bed, see the bouquet of money.
Naira bouquet.
You understand? So what do you think social media? How do you think social media is helping to?
Unfortunately, I'm the last person you should seek as advice on social media, because up till July 25th or thereabout, I never had a page. I didn't know anything about social media.
Are you serious?
I wasn't my generation. I'm not interested. And the little I saw, funny enough, my own children who are young, they don't do it too. But I used to wonder, forgive my language, you go latrine, go shit, you go take photo of the poo, you go put on for social media. You go piss, you go take you are eating, you take photograph of the food you eat. A young girl, medical doctor friend of mine that I invited her for dinner. I think you do ping a lot for when those you have. Her phone was pinging throughout. I was so angry, and I said, "What? I just." And so I didn't do any, not Facebook, not Insta, nothing. I mean, I know the spelling of face, FACEBOK. I can spell it and write it, but I didn't know anything about it. And then I have a trainer who has been, because I've done a lot of strength and resistance training in the last 2 years. Boxing, martial arts, the whole work. My husband and I, we work out together. And my trainer, who is a young man, posts our workout videos on his own pages, which I have never looked at because I have no interest. I mean, he's recording me live. I know what I'm doing there live, so I don't want to go to his page to look at anything. So BBC News pigeons saw our work. Actually, my husband, where he put 77-year-old and all what he was doing. And they were enthralled with it and connected with him and said they would like to give an interview to the old man. And he said, and we also see an old woman boxing on your... And she said, oh, it's the old man's wife. She said, oh, good. We'll kill two birds with a stone. The only reason we agreed to the interview was we said, my coach used to be my personal trainer. Used to be with iFitness.
Okay.
He now left iFitness, and we were his first private.
Okay.
I too left iFitness. Sort of. We were the first private people he was doing training outside, and he was still in the process of building up a clientele. Then I said, you know what? And I love him. He's like a son to me.
Wow.
I said, if XYZ saw our workout videos and came to you to meet us, maybe they will see this interview too, and you will get more.
So it's for him actually, not.
No, it was for him. So they came, they did the interview. My husband, for whom they came, they ended up when they saw me saying, a woman's, my interview will sell more than his. Men, older men, they go, they play tennis, they play golf, they do squash, even though they are running like toddlers, but some form of. But old Nigerian women, forget it. They don't do anything, they just sit in their home. There is novelty in the old woman, particularly when I wore my boxing gloves and when I was carrying weights and all. And when they were leaving, they said, so can we have your handle so that we tag you? I said, my door handle? I swear to God Almighty, even though I'm disgracing myself in public, handle, I mean, no handle for door. I don't know which kind of handle them begin ask me for handle. And then tag. My grandchildren and I have always loved wrestling, and I know tag teams.
Yes.
When they wrestle, I love wrestling. I say tag. I only know tag in tag team or prize tag. So they saw the blank look on my face and said, and my trainer who knows that I'm ignoramus in block letter said, oh no, she doesn't have those things. She now explained to me. So I said, oh no, I'm not on Instagram. I'm not interested. I don't want to be tagged. But tag is the word you use. Okay, tag him. Tag my physical trainer. Can you imagine how many followers I would have had if I had their tag? That video went viral. The world.
Wow.
The world. We were having phone calls from Nigerians in Australia, in Canada, in America. So I almost had a breakdown from that video going so viral.
Wow.
Endless phone calls. My phone was... It got to a stage, my husband and I, we were not sleeping. We couldn't sleep. Phone calls, messages, all people that we knew, all crawling out from archaeological rocks and remains. And all. You remember when we were in school? I saw your video. It was so overwhelming that my daughter... I said, look, Grandma, you can't handle this stress. Let me get you a publicity, a media manager to divert. Let her open an Instagram page for you and let all messages, I don't know how they did it, everything, all the inquiry. Oh, then the media onslaught, not blitz. This one, punch, this day, this. I mean, I was just overwhelmed.
Wow.
I am an old-fashioned regular woman, just going about my normal business. My husband and I have been lifting these weights. I've been doing this same thing. How come, like my son-in-law said, Granny, I don't understand. Not be this same gym when me and you, they go to. Wow, your own now can't on something else. And so that's how Tofumi took over, opened it. And up till today, as I'm talking to you, I don't know how to post anything on my
Do you think
page.
social media makes life more complex?
Do
you think social media makes life more complex?
I don't know. I still don't do social media.
I mean, no. For you to have gone through that, it was stressful for you.
She took all the stress. The only thing, like 2-3 weeks after when they were in my house and they were talking, Granny, you have so many messages in your DM. Then I would do. DM is direct messages. I said, bring your phone, and this is where you check it from. This is where I didn't. So as of end of July, August, I only knew the spelling of Instagram. I knew nothing. Wow. So I can't tell you anything. And I see the only thing I insisted on is I will reply to comments. like I told you earlier, I love reading, creative writing. I like writing. I reply every single comment because I'm not doing anything anyway. So I reply. But any and everything else, I don't do. I don't read. I don't know what is happening out there.
So you don't know Bobrisky?
Who won't know him? Although him or her, whatever. Although, as an aside, my sympathy lies, I think he or she was just being targeted for that spraying. We all spray. I mean, that was just victimization. I'm not talking anything about the cross-dressing or whatever.
Yes.
But that act for which he was found guilty and sentenced, crying out loud.
Mommy, has your perspective about money changed over the years?
About?
Money.
About in what respect?
Like
maybe acquiring wealth,
material possession, making sure, I must have money, all those things. Has it changed?
Let me put it this way. Money is very important. And it's good too if people should work hard enough, because nobody knows tomorrow. You don't know your evening. Work hard in your youth to take care of your evening.
Mm-hmm.
And with your generation in particular, I really pity you all, because you have a lot more expenses than we have. Between my husband and I, we have a blended family of 10 children. Children, those who schooled there, even my mother went to Queen's College, Lagos. I went to Queen's College, Lagos. And about 4 of our daughters went to. The school fees was next to nothing. We were not rich when these children, the boys go. But by the time our last set of children, those who are 37 now, and one 39, 40, by the time they came into the scene to go into secondary school, all federal government colleges have gone to the dogs. Even if it is free, we won't send our children there.
Wow.
So we started sending our children to private schools. As our last 4 kids went to Olashore International School in Ilesha, and we thought school fees were high then. God, today's children, they are paying 5-10 million per child.
Yep.
Money is important. Money is important. The type of school fees you people are paying. All my children have only 2 kids. It's only 2 of them that have 3, and one is because she had a set of twins. We have a strong line of twin in the family. I have a set of twins too. And this is that they hold comfortable jobs. They went to good schools. They did good courses, computer engineering, chemical engineering, marketing. They're all well placed. But the bills. And my children, they are not baddies. They are cool, level-headed. Particularly, it's amazing, those who live abroad, they don't behave the way we do here. My daughter, I have a daughter who has a very, very good job with Chevron, right from Howard University when she graduated there. She's a subsea engineer. She's high up there. But you won't see her now going and buying all the Louboutins and the designer shoes, D&G, and this and that. And she's the one I'm even talking of. At 37, she has 3 properties. She is solid, but she has values in life. Her values, it's a far cry from us here. I have another one. She's a twin sister. She's married to Igbo. So Igbo, their own lifestyle different from us. They will spend a fortune going on holidays.
Yeah.
They are going to Holland today, Cuba tomorrow, and all whatnot. But the things that are important to us, the things that go more to do with showing off, they don't do it. They don't do it.
So, Mommy, I want to talk about friendship. You mentioned earlier, because of this conversation, that how somebody was your acquaintance and not your friend.
Yes.
And that got me wondering. You've lived life for a little over 7 decades. So you've met people. I want to ask, what do you think? What do you think about friendship? What do you think? Who do you think a friend is? What do you think about the concept of friendship?
Even old as I am here, I don't think I will count more than 10, 15 people. 90% of people we call friends, they're not your friends. They're your acquaintances. If I'm in a church society, they are my acquaintances. They're not my friends. If I wasn't in that, what do they call one? And a friend is, okay, like I don't belong to any platform group. All that old students association rubbish. I don't do it. I left school, I left university 50-something years ago. So I left secondary school over 50 years ago. And so they put my name. Some people even put my name the other day. I graduated from law school 1974. Old lawyers, so old student law school. Immediately I saw and all their jokes were not cuckoo sweet me, no amusing to me. I just exited the group. If I left school 50 years ago, you were my classmate, and it took 50 years for us to reconnect, you are definitely not my friend. You're an acquaintance, an old classmate of mine. From that class, you will still have a few people that you have remained
In contact
with.
True.
That you have their phone numbers.
True.
That you attended their children's wedding.
Yeah.
That they attended yours. Those who were your friends when you were in school, you are still with them. Even if you drifted apart, maybe they went to another country, they went for their masters one place or the other, they would take the trouble. Come, do you remember Rosalin? We were in school. Do you know her number? These ones that it is just platform. All those platform things, they're just looking for people to crowd at their parties when they want to do one party or the other. And you know we like crowd. How was the party? Ero to is the yardstick of measuring is success. Our values are different. My daughter, the other time that she got married, I invited only 5 people. So that you invite 20 now, then 40 will invite you when they are doing theirs. And my niece, they paid me that I'm not ready for going any person party. So I draw a line between friends and acquaintance. I already told you that my husband is a very nice guy. He's been playing lawn tennis at Ikoyi Club for over 50 years. So he has all his kidney. So like there was one time someone who, they're always together. Many, many years ago, 20-something years ago. And the guy's old man died in Ondo. And they said, on Wednesday or whatever day, I'll do a day's return trip to Ondo for Lagbaja's father's funeral. And I said, oh, really? His father died. How old was he? 95 for my belly. I said, he went on leave, reach 95. You now, so you go die for accident, they go 95-year-old man. But I know how to when you marry, you know how to. So I said, that's nice. Oh, my show. In fact, we should even go and greet him here in Lagos. Where does he live? I don't know. I think they mentioned somewhere in Surulere, but I will find out when next I go to the club. I said, yes. Are his children with him in the house? You know, everything. I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't know the man's wife. Doesn't know his wife's name. He doesn't know whether they have quadruplets, twins, or don't even have any child at all. But you now want to enter the car. Put your car on the road. Go all the way to Ondo and back. So after I don't use high sense, trick him to, I don't know. After he has done all that, then I said, now this be the person you want to enter a car, follow, they go yonder. Does it make sense? Shame self catch him. Sit down for house.
Talking about friends also, Talking about friends also. This one is making me think extra. What do you think it makes sense for a married person to keep, in this term is women, to keep single friends?
Oh, yes, of course. This is not a case of birds of the same feather flocking together. This is a case of each human being should have their own their own strength of character to know what they want out of life. A friend, so like you heard me now say some of my oldest friends, one of my oldest friends, Clarice, some friends that you've had for years who through one reason or the other happens to be single now. Maybe she's a widow. Maybe she's a career woman who chose never to get married for whatever reason. Maybe she's a divorcee, twice, thrice a divorcee. Then you now say, if I, as your wife, and I know the value, I place so much premium on my marriage, why will I let an outsider who has nothing at stake in my marriage come and distract me? Then I am a bloody fool. I'm a bloody fool. No. Your wife should know her values. And it is your wife, you the man. You don't even know things about this single girl as much as your wife. It's me and her that are friends. When she'll be confiding to me how she is two-timing XYZ, this. I know the gory details that you don't know. I should be the one to keep my distance from her. Not you, because you don't even know how corrupt this friend is. You are just using a broad base, as the said, they're not married. Person when they're not married, waiting now, cold time and take brush his skin. Does that make the person bite? Doesn't make. Some housewives are horrible themselves. They are fornicating all over the place. They have 4 children, 1 or 2 does not belong to their husband. So who are you to think that your wife is better than a single woman? Some of us married women are bad too, as in B-A-D, bad.
Michael Jackson bad.
So a sensible woman should voluntarily on her own know the type of friends she keeps away from. It's like she won't come and control the husband. Don't be friends with him anymore. That man, when Nasoso drink, they drink. Nasoso smoke, they smoke. So what? You are friends with him. It doesn't mean you are drinking along with when he's drinking. You don't drink. You don't smoke. Maybe you like his sense of humor. Maybe you like, there are vibes coming out from him that you enjoy. The Fabu session, when he start talk all that, Fabu, whatnot. You are not interested in his drinks and cigarette. Then she keeps harassing you. Don't be friends with him. Is that nice? It isn't.
So
Mommy,
which means, sorry, my love. So which means the men that are fighting their wives say, oh, don't hang out with this girl. She's not married. She's a single girl. And the women that are fighting their husband, don't hang out with her. They should be more. They should be more worried about their own person.
Yes.
Because now that person is supposed to realize.
Yes.
If the person is tilting towards going there, which means that person in the first place is not giving, it doesn't give a flying F about you.
Yes.
So, Mommy, I want to ask, what is the duration of your longest relation, like your longest friendship? Your friend that is the longest you've had. And how have you managed to maintain that relationship for this long?
I have a friend that I entered secondary school 62. She was my friend from 63. I have another one, Fadeka. In fact, I just spoke to her. We became friends 1966. I have a few such friends, and there are others too that I met 30 years ago, 20 years ago. But funny enough, some friends have to do, friendship again has to do with, I can't think of, 4 years ago, I had an asthmatic attack and I was admitted in the hospital. And a very young girl, she's 29 so now, so she must have been about 24. She was doing her youth service, attended to me, and I got to know her. Then COVID came out. I used the assistance connection in the hospital to buy packets of gloves and face masks that was so difficult to get there. And then I live in Festac. She was now looking for accommodation. When she was doing her youth service, she was in the naval compound. And she was asking me, and I said, oh, I have a big place here. So many rooms in my boys' quarter are not used. I renovate it. You can come, stay free of charge, don't pay.
Wow.
She's a very young girl. But I call her my friend. Somehow I developed a bond with her. So friendship has nothing to do with age too. She is usually, I don't, because the conversations where there is so much difference, but she is now based in Abuja. She's practicing as a doctor in Abuja. I call her my friend. There was another woman I met, 6-7 years ago when I went for my surgery, and she came in the room also to have the same surgery. And I just my spirit just took to her. I just like her. So there are some people that you just meet and you like them.
Just connect.
You connect. You see, I was struggling to get the right word. You connect with them. And when you connect with them, you find out that everything flows between you.
Yeah, with ease.
You understand each other. Yeah. You laugh at the same jokes. You get their humor. They get yours. And then you are friends.
But how have you managed to maintain the longer ones?
I don't know. Again, friendship too is on acceptance. I think it's more my friends that they should ask how they've managed to remain friends with me, because I am hard. I am a difficult person. And my husband too used to say, I don't know why all those your friends say they make friends with you. I said, they know me. So that's why they are your friends. They remain your friends.
Because they know you.
They accept you.
Yeah, they accept you. And that is what marriage should be. When you have a perfect marriage, you accept each other's frailties and all the fault lines. You don't try to change the person. Because you have your intrinsic nature. If you are a selfish man, you are selfish. Now, God don't born you selfish. That's why your children, you have 3 kids, even identical twins playing with toys. They have different character. One was selfish, bruku. He will hold on to that toy, then he will still want to take the other. That is how he's made. When now, with love, you try to mellow down a bit, that's your selfishness, but that selfishness still did it. But when there is love, you overlook you accept the person, but you overlook a lot of things.
Is there anything as a perfect marriage?
No, there is no can there be a perfect marriage? Perfect, okay. Perfect with its imperfections. You like most of like I said, acceptance. Because of my ill health for a long time, I wasn't going out. And then I came to love solitude. I enjoy being alone. I like reading. I just like being alone. But my husband is a people's person.
Like going out.
He will take the car to the car wash. If I go to the car wash with the car, my Kindle is always with me. I'm always reading a book. My husband will go to the car wash. He's gisting with the mechanic. He's talking with the other people, drivers who came. Now see this thing when Tinubu they do us. Now, wow, these unnecessary conversations when not get head, when not get tail. He can discuss with Chris Van on the street even more. Me, I'm more of an introvert. So I'm reading my book. I'm silent there. Then he comes. He is the one that is always having all sorts of invitations. They are celebrating one thing. You are doing your 50th, you are doing your 20th, your child is doing 10th birthday. Rosalin, somebody invited. I said, no, only you they go. No, but he doesn't like, he always wants us, as a couple. That was one. We fought Third World War over my refusing. I said, no. January 1st, 4, once in 3 months, 4 passes. When I go out with you. I don't go out. I don't enjoy going out. I've not eaten at a party in 23 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm a gourmet. I cook very good meals. And I eat in the mornings and in the evenings. I don't eat in between meals. I don't eat just because the food is there. So I'm not going to eat at the party. I love wine. I'm a wine connoisseur. And it's rubbish cooking wine that is served most of the time. It's not the type of wine I really. So I'm just there sitting, going through the motion. I'm not enjoying myself. Why then the traffic 2 hours to get there, another 2 hours to... I say, no, not a go. But what do I tell? I said, they are XYZ. His friends. He went to ABU. His friends from Federal Government College, Federal School of Science. His friends from when he was in ABU. There are I know our friends, the family friends. When they are doing something, even if I'm on crutches, I will go. I said, but all these other ones, and what do I tell them? Tell them the truth. At work. Tell them my wife doesn't like going out. How can I say that? I say, when you clocked 70, gateway to being rude. Say anything you want to say.
Okay.
By that time, you don't really care.
When you clock 70,
Gateway to be rude.
Now that one you go
whatever.
to quote. Now
Yes,
no,
I just
talk since now that
No,
one you come.
that
back.
one-
Because if anybody kill you, they don't kill you early. They don't kill you late.
Because now over time you dey do on earth. The Bible says 10. When I go begin to the dot my eye, cross my T after 70, anything I want say I go say this cap not fit you, not fit you.
Earlier on,
Oh boy.
you know what question? Thank God I don't remember the question. Earlier on, because every time you want to give an example of marriage, it'd be like, okay, be like you now and your 2 wives. Okay, the second time you did the same thing. So I want to ask you, earlier on, you also said men cheat, that's normal. Do you think it's cheating is enough to end the marriage?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes and no. In fact, I should give a long speech that for a younger woman
Yes.
who is not experienced, it could, particularly Oyibo people, it could, because there are some women. I use myself as an example. I am an idealist. I almost OCD. I try as much as possible to put in 110% into my marriage. I'm very domesticated. I haven't kept a maid for 10 years. I do all my housework, even with my bad knees. I cook. At any given time, I have 22 varieties. I went to a Thai restaurant for 3 months to learn how to cook Thai cuisine. I went to an Indian restaurant for 3 months to learn how to cook.
We should come
I
to your
cook
house,
continental. Now, I'll not call you. So, I do all of these things. Then I love household things. My beddings, my bathroom rugs, my towels, all of these things, my crockeries, my pots, colorful pots, yellow, green. And then I'm doing all this. Then you too, you go still go look to learn how you go make love to the man, you perfect all. And the damn man still goes out to cheat. You now feel it's an insult on you. You feel there is something lacking in you. You feel inadequate, that you couldn't please him, and you feel very hurt. So a younger me could really. But a more matured me, no. Men don't cheat because they don't love their wives. They love their wives to heaven and back and still cheat. A lot of them, the opportunity just presents itself. Others, the damn girls outside too won't give these men peace of mind. They pursue them, particularly when you are in power. Particularly when you are in position, when you are in power. That's why I felt cross at the imprisonment that Mike Tyson served in the US. It's not fair. What was that girl doing in his hotel room at 1 o'clock? Now, Ludo, go there, go play with her. Did she know what she was looking for? And what Mbappe there now, is it in Sweden or wherever that he went
recently.
to? All these accusations against all these football stars and the rest. What are these, not to talk of groupies that follow musicians, throwing their bras, they're not the wear pants, go, all. They put sex right in front of those people. And if you are not disciplined, maybe you've taken a shot of brandy or whiskey, one too much, and it is there. It's available. It has nothing to do with your feelings about your wife. You love your wife. You love your home. As far as you are concerned, it's just a one-off thing. You even use a condom. This woman, and if you don't use yours, she would have poked the condom, hoping that she would trap you. So that's why I said no. Because many years I have a lot of cousins, male cousins, and I used to seek their opinion. So he said, Rosalie, if you know how the girls and they chase us too, they don't let us rest. Even when you turn them down, you turn 1, 2, 3, you go come see one when you see the Ikebe self too. Yeah, she there for back, but be there for front. It's okay, Kinsha, welcome. So when the temptation is there, you take it. It is no reflection on your wife. And then this silly girl gets the access to your phone number, and is sending, as far as I'm concerned, stalking messages, and your wife accidentally maybe comes across it. No, I will fight you. I will quarrel with you, raise hell and all, but leave you? No. Hopefully, to maybe you use one car to settle me for that quarrel.
Wow.
So it's not enough to live a marriage.
And like I said, cheating per se is not enough to live a marriage. But there are cheatings and there are cheatings. Yeah, because
I'd like to know.
When you now cheat, may you not fall into a woman like femme fatale, that is the total package, and you lose your head. Not because you wanted to leave your wife in the first place. But you can't see the thing went past yourself to outside. You reach this man's house, this woman's house, the kind of soup when they cook. The kind when he handle you here, can't handle you there, self to you. Know, you in fact, when you see your wife first, now so you go to vex. You think can make me marry this kind of woman in the first place?
I wish I met you before my wife.
You can meet a woman out there that is, I'll give you a living example. They're all dead now, old people, not your generation, but you can Google them. In the past, some old actors, Elizabeth Taylor, who was a very beautiful woman, married to Richard Burton. Richard Burton was a Welsh and English actor, great in the time of Abraham and Co. He had a solid marriage with his wife, homespun, they come from the same area, Gothic or Bodo-looking woman, but he loved her. And he had a good marriage until a classic film, when I was a young girl, was shot called Cleopatra.
Cleopatra, yeah.
And Elizabeth Taylor was it. And Richard Burton was Julius Caesar. He lost every single gray matter in his brain. From the sizzling love scenes on that movie, when he divorced his wife, he was ready to give her, she didn't need to ask for anything. He was ready to give her everything because she didn't offend him. He just fell madly in love with another woman. So sometimes you start off, it's just a game to you. You have gone to do a podcast in Abuja. You've gone to Kaduna or Port Harcourt. You told your wife you'll be away just for the weekend. And something, you just pray accidents don't happen.
Hey.
Because marriages have been known to derail like that. Not you don't have any intention to, you are really sorry, you wish it didn't happen, but it has happened. Or some two that will now, the next thing they will tell you they are pregnant, or one thing or the other.
You go marry my second wife now.
That is if your wife ready to take that. But it is not every woman you sleep with and pregnant that you want to be your wife. You don't even want her to have your child.
At all. Don't even want to see
half
her
of them, they are good enough to be slept with, but they are not good enough for you to have a lifetime relationship with. That's a common thing. It's a very, very common thing. So it's complex. It's complex.
Grandma, you said accidents happen.
Now that one you did.
No, I look at because some people don't argue, say, for the man, not just adrenaline rush, but say for the woman, for example, before woman go cheat, she don't plan them for her head. she don't detach herself, come up from the relationship when the way she go cheat. But you think say for men, now just maybe you get one kind breeze when blow the man now. In penis go come.
The zipper
go just come down.
Then banana go come there for banana pillow come there for ground. You come
go
match the banana
sleep. Then the lady go come enter room, fall on top of bed. You know, I'm trying to see that accident. I'm just trying to, because some men feel look at now and say, oh, okay, let me go to Abuja this weekend.
Let the accident happen.
As grandma are giving me license.
Let the accident go and happen. So, grandma, do you think I want to ask, that accidents, I don't know, you don't say me, I still be young man, but that accidents happen. What do you think about it?
With the men or with the women?
With men.
With men. It's in the sense that some men are not, it all has to do with your self-discipline.
Okay.
It has to do with your self-discipline. It also, and a lot of times, maybe the word accident is wrong, a lot of times when men cheat, it is the excitement, the exhilaration that they can get away with it. It's the fun of the game of doing it and not being caught. That is why many of them, the day the wife hears a whiff, now that day they just, if I write about it, it won't take that road where that girl is living anymore. The day the wife hears, hey, come, I hear that you've been going to Samson Adewale Street recently. Somebody told me that they saw your car there, my car. Maybe when I sent it for mechanic, you know this useless mechanic, they will be test running your car all over the place. He will never go to Samson Adewale Street anymore. He will never. That, the wife has gotten hints that
Something is
so
happening
which
there.
means that they are just playing the field.
Yeah.
They're not serious. It's not important.
So,
It's not
grandma,
important.
I have a
If
question.
women cheat, unko.
I really don't know. In my generation, it wasn't that. I don't know what I do know in those days, but then such women won't come out and talk is from time immemorial, not all kids in their parents' home belong to the father.
Hey.
That is one thing that we know.
That was common in your generation.
No, that is why.
From time
What
you-
brought about DNA? You think it's only for criminal reasons that the thing DNA came into being? Many homes, even today's homes, many. If you check,
The common thing they say is, if you check, most first sons, or not first child,
I don't know.
the usual first and last, most first and last children, no, they be their papa and I ain't get that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an authority on that. I don't know. But I can't give my take on why a woman would cheat. Maybe dissatisfaction at home is not, the husband is not caring for her needs and she feels, I really don't know. But there must be something structurally wrong with the marriage. But I would have more respect if the woman
Just
just
walked away.
calls it a day and get out of it. I don't hold for women who remain in their husband's house and mess around. It's not decent. It's not nice.
It's not decent.
Mommy, so I'm big on friendships, right? So, but over time, people have actually done stuff to me that I felt like, you should have done this to me. If you value friendship, you shouldn't have done this to me. And I'm asking you, how do you handle toxicity in friendship? Or maybe toxicity is a big word. How do you handle disrespect in friendship, in relationship? Do you call them to order or do you detach? What do you do?
Two things. I look at the friend, and then for some, I just open my freezer, put them there, close it for forever. They're not worth my continue. When I call you and I complain that you offended me, I didn't like that you did this or that, it means I want to make up with you.
Exactly.
I still want your friendship. When I ignore you completely and take you to the Arctic and Antarctica and throw you there, Koloku, I don't care what has happened. In fact, I'm very happy that you offended me. It means you are history. That's it. You call person's attention, you make moves of reconciliation to tell the person you've offended me because you want that person. You still want that relationship. You are hurt. But others may hurt, and they may. Sometimes I cut off, friends, or one or two friends I did so in the past. It isn't that they hurt me. It's like we're all seated here now, and a reptile, a cobra snake, a rattlesnake that is poisonous, now starts slithering around. Your bare feet and bites you, and the poison kills you. Ha! I'm not going to make friends. It doesn't have to come and bite me before I know that it's poisonous. So, in a group of friends, when you've done so to this one, this friend quarrel, we are a group of friends, you quarrel. You said, then this threat, let's talk of cheating wives. As friends, you know their history. You now go and dial the woman's husband. And all the nitty-gritty, dirty things that you know about her. The babalawo that she used to go to. The rituals, everything evil. You are not lying. This lady did it all right. But you now told the husband, at the end, maybe our marriage broke up or whatever. I'm not going to remain your friend.
It means my secret is not safe with you.
It's not even the secret, because you may not have secret. Oh, I never put myself in a position where you can blackmail me. It means you are evil.
Downright.
You are evil. You don't want such, you don't want such people to be near you. Why do I want to be friends with an evil person? Even if he has not offended me. You don't have to offend me before I sever. You know, hot knife that you use to cut butter. I'm very good at that. Cut off the person.
How about if you're the one that wronged somebody? How do you make up with people that you wronged?
Oh,
and people that are as tough as you are. You know, there are some people that let it slide if I wrong you. But there are some people that aura for aura.
No.
How do
and you go and apologize. You know it's been brought to your attention. As much as possible, particularly in my older years, I've been very intentional in things that I do in my marriage, things that I do with people. I am intentional. But however, you still can offend inadvertently. And when it is brought to my attention, I will apologize to you. I will eat humble pie and tell you, I didn't do it deliberately. It was not, I didn't do it. I wasn't even aware that I did it. Most sorry, ma binu, and let's start afresh. But if you can't forgive me, so what? Now the same day they burn me and you together when you do something.
I can't wear glasses, can't do Tupac.
So grandma, I want to. You have said now that you are older, I would want us to take it home with two questions. But first, you have seen life, and if we look at Nigeria's age distribution, people who are 65 and above make up 3.3% of the population. Those who are 0 to age 14 make up 41.7%. Nigeria has a very young population. And a lot of us who are young people are under pressure when we are approaching a certain age. Like, for example, some people, once they are approaching 30, they begin to say, have I achieved anything in life? Some people are filled with anxiety, approaching their own birthday. Some begin to cry and feel depressed. So as somebody who has gone through, all the flaws and has gotten to this very floor where nothing new.
Departure hall of
life. I would want to ask you, for example, if you look back and you speak to your 30-year-old self, I would want us to do 30 and then 40 because this constitutes a majority of our population. What would you tell your 30-year-old self and then your 40-year-old self?
For my 30-year-old self, it's the same answer I have repeated. They've asked me that question many times. And what my answer is, I wouldn't have wasted my time going to the university. University was total waste of bloody time for me because I went to read law and I don't like law. and I didn't make it in life by being a lawyer. My physical trainer wasted his time by reading chemical engineering, and he's a physical trainer today and has been a physical trainer all his life. My nephew wasted his time by doing something mass communication, and from the day he dropped, they even further waste with National Youth Service. Before now, at the age of 24, he went to Cordon Bleu to go and learn what he should have started learning at 19, being a cook, as a professional chef. So for age 30, in my 20s, I wish, like abroad, we have career counselors that will steer you into doing the right thing that will be useful to you in life. You apply JAMB. You want to read
horticulture,
whatever, and they will put you go and do archaeology. Meanwhile, you never get to an archaeological site until you finish. They will tell you to do some bizarre courses that don't have any practical
actual
use. So for me at 30, I would have said, career and profession-wise, I wasted my 20s. I should have just gone straight to a culinary college and learn how to cook, because it was cooking. Or if it's then I didn't know, but now, or gone into creative writing. If Chimamanda is in Nigeria today, those books won't sell. But because of where she is, let her here now and say she wants to learn creative writing in this school. So that's it. We don't do courses that are relevant to us later on in life. That's my regret. That's what I would say.
Interesting. So just go with your heart and do what you ought to do. Okay. Second one, as we take it home. Grandma, you are a source of great inspiration. For me, just watching your videos, I have decided that by the special grace of God, January, Ezinne, don't go there.
You are sounding like a broken. You are sounding like a
don't go
broken
there.
record.
Ezinne, leave me. I'm now born again with fitness. This is the 98th time. But this time I'm serious. Grandma, you have inspired me. I'm looking at my age now and I'm looking at you. And by the special grace of God, I want to look this good.
This yummy.
So that I can bend down and pick up my grandchildren, great-grandchildren. They can ride on my back. I can even if not be to follow them, run through the whole length and breadth of the field. Make I even they play small. Make I no come turn to person where be say they'll come and talk say, you
I just a neck.
don't push your grandpa. Don't push your grandpa. Your grandpa will follow. Your grandpa will fall. So I would like for you to speak on that, so that as many, because I know you are big on saying that it is never too late. As many people who are watching can become inspired, whether young or old, and follow the steps of grandma, fit grandma, and live a healthy life.
Like I keep telling them there is a word called sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle mass percentage. Once you are 30 years and above, you start losing your muscle mass. It's so infinitesimal that you don't even feel it. That is why where a 12-year-old child takes the steps, he runs. A 20-year-old, he still, but a 40-year-old man will hold the railing, a 50, because you are losing your balance. Exercising is very important. It's very, very important. But it's not just exercising alone. There are different aspects of exercising. You have cardiovascular, which is to do with your heart. But what for older people is strength training and resistance training. But I have spoken, my voice is hoarse, my age mates, they are not in the least interested.
At all.
No, old women, forget about it. They still have housemaid that is holding their handbag with them everywhere, following them even to party, to hold their handbag, opening car doors for them to see. They are not interested. But the people who have taken kindly to me as I am are the young people, your own age mates.
Yes.
There has been an increase in the gym, and my followers, a lot of them keep saying, particularly when the last one that I did the plank that I did plank, and they say, wow, Graham, I can do plank for 90 seconds. 1.5 minutes. Wow. I do planks, I do push-up, and then they wonder, And I said, but it's only the young people.
What's the highest number of push-ups you've ever done?
No, better not come ask me that one. No, Jerry.
And do you do full push-ups or you adjust your
No, I
legs?
can't do
Full
full.
Can't
push-ups.
do full push-ups.
My knees, I don't hold. No.
Granny, a lot of women will be watching this episode. We have loads of them watching this episode. And some of them, if they're being honest with themselves, they're not really happy in their marriage.
No,
they're not fulfilled. Most of them feel caged. Most of them feel like this is the line they would have told in their life, but marriage put them here. What is that thing that you say to them to, if possible, ginger them or probably get them out of that space that they are?
One of the things I tell people, and I brought up my children to believe in, is forgive my language, don't give a shit about public opinion. The least important thing on earth is public opinion. Because when you are suffering from abiding by wanting to do what public opinion thinks of you, public opinion is not helping you with your problem. I'll give you 2 examples. The whole world, more so England, every public opinion was on the side of the beautiful Princess Diana. And they all hated Mama Lolo that is there, the queen today. Prince Charles wanted her. Public opinion didn't sway him. He and the one that public opinion favored, they got divorced. If public opinion can be a winner for you, it's Princess Diana that would be there. He left her. He married a woman older than him from her husband's house, having everything negative against that woman.
Yeah.
Yet, the one that public opinion favored,
He didn't.
Reading BBC, Yahoo News, all the comments, most people, particularly overseas, looked in shock and awe when they are describing Donald Trump, a felon, an abusive, a foul-mouthed man, everything, serial married man. There is not one, a narcissist. There isn't one complimentary thing said about him. Those in Canada and England and all will say, oh God, thank God this is not happening. This was before the election. Thank God this is not happening in my country. Thank God this is not. God, what has America sunk to?
Him.
He's going to be the next president of America. It doesn't matter whether he comes from the gutter and he uses gutter language or whatever. So, you are the one in this messy marriage. You are wearing a clothes. Now, if I didn't move my trouser up, you wouldn't have seen my scar. So my unhappy marriage, I don't take cloth cover am. Then I'm thinking, you are more concerned about whether people are thinking whether the dress fine or what. Meanwhile, now you know the crocro when they're inside your body. Don't listen to public opinion. Decide what you want to do for yourself. Be true to yourself. Have courage. That's all I have to say.
To thy own self be true.
Yes, you said it. You nailed
Shakespearean.
King James. Grandma, thank you so much. We are so honored and we are grateful that from your wealth of experience, you have taken time to share. I am certain that all those who saw this episode from the start up until this point have learned very important lessons. You get some things where we say, whether you like them or not, now your future you they see.
Yes.
And grandma willingly don't share from her wealth of experience. And last, say, now essentially about you. And you should do well to be happy and lead your life in happiness.
Yes. Matilda, before you go, you get one thing I want to talk. Grandma is above 70. If grandma stand up, Mahabasi, a lot of you girls will never reach 22, 25. You can't fit grandma. You can't stand with grandma with her fashion sense. This is going to a lot of women because when I don't marry, they don't born children full everywhere. Bah! And I go just day on a day. When I go stop to look good for yourself. If I don't even look good for another person, look good for yourself.
Yes.
You go stop in a wrapper, you go the tie up and down. You go wear one wrapper with something we don't tear for here. You go to wear the black, the same, just look dirty. No, how can you be appetizing or appetizing? To your husband or to your partner, whoever.
I say food now.
As yes, now you cannot. So the thing is, even take it that you're not doing it for another person. Look good for yourself. You see, most women tell you, "Oh, I'm doing my bum for myself." I'm beginning to believe that most of them do it for themselves because it makes them look at themselves and they're happy for themselves. Some, the few, some not for customers. You understand? But look at grandma. You decrease. No, it's not you decrease. Look at grandma. Learn, dress, look good, be confident in yourself so that when you come outside, now what for you? Oh my God.
So please, make una help us visit grandma's social media page.
Yes.
For Instagram at Rosalind
Rosa.
ROSALIND .Umar UMAR. Make una help us thank grandma.
Yes.
And make una pray for grandma.
Yeah, she replies comments. She replies comments.
Go grandma.
Go grandma.
Ask
Grandma will
questions
see
we
you.
will ask. Grandma now comments she did.
She
Grandma
reply
go
comments.
She reply comments.
Every
Yes.
comment.
She go reply comments. Say grandma from the Honest Bunch. We love you. We see you. Oh my
Thank you,
God.
grandma. God bless you. Great episode.